Hi, and welcome to Time to Process. I'm so excited, you guys. This is Kate Alder, one of my best dear friends. I posted about her on my social because she is the person behind the name Time to Process. I know I've talked about it in the other couple of podcasts, but this is her. In all her glory. I got a shimmy! You guys, I can't even express to you. I just told you this. I love you so much. You're literally one of the most awesome people I know. The most awesome. And yeah, she is all the things, you guys. Twin mom, has 2 sets of twins. She's a teacher by trade, does nails. She is a wicked good softball coach. She's pretty much good at every sport she plays. And you're just crazy creative, like so creative. She even used to own your own vinyl business too. You don't do that anymore, do you?
No.
Okay.
Once I had the second set of twins.
You know, just in case. Sorry. All right. Girls trip this week to St. George. If you are local to Utah, then you know the area. It was so fun. We saw the play Frozen at Tuacahn. I was just telling Kate about it right before this. It was mind-blowing. It was phenomenal. Like, for sure, Broadway quality. One of the greatest plays I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen a few. Like, I saw Wicked in Chicago, which was phenomenal. I saw Phantom of the Opera in New York. And then I've seen a couple other ones at Tuacahn, and this one was definitely up there, like with like Broadway quality. It was phenomenal. So good. And I don't know if I realized that they had done Frozen on Broadway. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
I know. So I was like, oh, I mean, okay. Perfect. So I did that. And guys, we're still just doing all the summer stuff. We are still just taking it day by day with all the sports, all the driving. And basically, I think about the podcast every day, all day long, because I got to talk people into doing this with me, like Kate here. I know, but I'm honored to have you here. I really, truly am.
It takes that support to a whole new level.
I know. Oh my gosh, you guys, also, she bought my microphone. Like, come on.
You can't put the name behind the scenes.
No, you can't.
It's a whole new level to have to be on it.
Okay, but really, truly, in fact, I am sorry. I actually have taken a lot of your time this week. Not only would you talk about it like the whole time you were doing my nails, because she does my nails. I showed you guys in my video a couple weeks ago. I talked about it then. And then remember that same night I called him like, can I come over?
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't remember you taking a lot of my time.
I came over, we talked about it. And then that night I still was like, can I call you?
Oh, yeah.
And then we talked on the phone. I know.
I didn't think twice about that.
Yeah, but you're just like, again, guys, she's so good at all those things. Like, you're so good with the camera stuff. We'll get to that in a second because of like your school stuff. I want to talk about that too. I know. Guys, again, she's just a woman of many talents. Yes. Okay, so that was my quick life update. Not too many things. Really, St. George was amazing. It was actually hotter than hell, though. It was 107 degrees. I was also just saying this to Kate. If you know, when you're in those areas, I'm sure tons of people have been to Arizona and St. George and a lot of those hot places, but I literally feel like I cannot get on top of my thirst. I cannot quench it. It is unbelievable. I'm normally, and actually I'll talk about this in my favorite things too, I usually add flavor to all of my waters. All the time. I cannot drink water plain. And I have had this trusty Stanley with me non-stop and just straight water with nothing in it, which is very unlike me. I'm usually like an energy water, a collagen packet, a little coconut creamer.
Yes.
I know, I'm like, basically it's really only like 20 calories, so I'm okay with it. But it's just enough to get that water down. I try to do, a couple at least Stanleys, but I'm not joking. I drink like 4 a day. It's getting out of hand. I really hope I'm like not dehydrated. Because I probably am.
Just gonna end in the bathroom a lot.
Yeah. I know, actually, that's the other thing. I'm not joking. I was talking to Aaron last night on the phone because he's out of town. We talked about this. And I think I talked to him for like an hour and 40 minutes because he was like driving and had gotten food and like all these things. I went to the bathroom 3 times in the time that I was on the phone with him. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I have to go to the bathroom again because I was drinking so much. But I was like, listen, sorry, I just can't quench the thirst.
But I don't think you're dehydrated. I think you're doing okay.
Okay, good. If I'm peeing that much.
Yes. Do we need to talk about the color of your pee? Are you doing good that way?
I don't know. I haven't been looking.
Is that on your agenda for this conversation?
It's not, but it should be.
We can add it?
Yes,
okay.
We can add it. In fact, I need to probably be looking at that just to make sure. I haven't really thought about it. Crap,
I'm
guys.
good for you.
Oh my gosh. I gotta take my health in my hands here. What is going on?
Out of your hands.
No, I'm kidding. It really, I'm sure I'm fine. I'm sure I'm not dehydrated, but oh my gosh, I like cannot quench the thirst. But we know how it is. Even today, it was like 95. I was laid out in the backyard for a minute and I was like dripping sweat. Like I was like, I think it's dripping from every pore. Unbelievable. I looked very shiny. I came in and Milo was like, you look really tan. I'm like, I think I just look really wet. Like I literally was just
ready
swimming.
for a bodybuilding competition.
Yes.
All sparkly.
Yes. All lubed up,
Uh-huh.
literally like
Yep.
so greasy. Yes,
Yep.
exactly. I know. Too bad I don't look like I could be in one of those competitions. I know, it's unfortunate really, but it's fine. We can talk about that too, how I'm a lazy worker outer.
If you work out every day, you're not lazy.
I know. Well, I just walk though on the treadmill.
But you are good at walking.
I am a really good walker. Yes, I am. Indeed, I am. Okay, so we can get back to, the color of my pee later.
We'll circle back.
Okay, but I want to talk about my 5 favorite things of the week. I will link these again, probably like in the YouTube video, and then also on my Instagram for whatever this week is. But okay, and please jump in on any of these because there are a couple I think you will.
Okay.
Okay, so I talked a couple weeks ago about Philosophy. It's like a skincare brand. But in fact, I can't remember if I had mentioned this like last week when I talked to Shelly, but so I had ordered like a couple of new face creams and I got with it because I like spent so much money, like I don't know, 5, what is that? I don't even know what that is, like a free gift type, like a little free gift bag with like little tiny samples. So there's like, like a shampoo, like a body wash, a couple different things, but in it, which is also something I should talk about, but is like one of the little sprays, like a travel spray of perfume, which I actually love those. Like I keep one in my purse all the time or even in my car too.
Yeah, your car
like,
smells amazing.
Yeah, they're like, it's highly underrated because I feel like in the past people I was like, yeah, but they're so expensive. I'm like, yeah, but I would almost rather switch my scents out more often and have a couple of those. You know what I mean? Because I think some you get like, it's, I don't know, just get used to them. Yeah, and it's like, it's not good anymore. I don't know, I'd rather like switch it up. But it came with one in there. It's called Amazing Grace. And it's phenomenal. I wore it all week. Literally had it with me every day. I wore it in St. George. My sister-in-laws and my nieces kept talking about it.
It's the same Philosophy one?
Yes.
Like it's from them?
It's from them. And I didn't realize that. They have like 5 or 6 different scents. I know. And they're like clean, like a little florally, but not overbearing. Kind of set, like almost like you went and got a facial and it was like the face creams and like that kind of stuff.
Never had facials, so I don't know.
What?
I know.
Oh my gosh. Kaylin.
Should we end the podcast now and just go grab a facial?
Yes. We're going to go get a facial. Your birthday's coming up. Guys, her birthday's like in 1 month. Where are we at? Oh yeah. Literally in 3.5 weeks. Okay, we're getting facials for your birthday. This is what's happening. Okay, so it's so good, you guys. The Philosophy perfume, it's called Amazing Grace. Like I said, I'll link it. It's phenomenal. It's so, so good. I actually am not wearing any perfume right now. And I'm like, but I do love, do you spray it on your watch? Like, I feel like my watch band smells so good because I have so many different ones on there. So that's also, I'm like, I wish I could just like box that up with like all of those scents together. Actually, you know what?
You're going to start doing the same thing with your perfumes that you do with your drinks.
Yes, but I'm just going to mix and mix and mix. No, I actually there's a girl, I'm trying to think, I think her name's Jenna Rennert or something like that. She used to be she worked for Vogue, I believe. And I think she did like the makeup and skin and all that. She was kind of like over that. And anyway, she has an Instagram that she lists stuff, and she actually said, she's like, I never wear just one perfume.
Really?
Yeah, she always puts on multiple scents every day. And since then, I like kind of mix things up.
How do you do it though? Like, because you can't do like half a spray. Do you just walk through it so you get less?
No, I literally just will like, with the one, I you know, and then grab a different one and then hope I smell nice.
Hope for the best.
Because I'm like, well, I mean, I love both of those scents, and I feel like they complement each other.
Yeah.
But she's fascinating. Actually, I should like repost some of her stuff because a lot of the things that she does I feel like are very, very simple. Like, she doesn't look overdone. She uses a lot of just creams instead of like makeup, so just like you look really fresh faced type thing, right? Anyway, I can't get over you haven't had a facial because she gets facials like every week.
Never toilet papered anyone, never had a facial. There's a whole list of nevers with me, Court.
You guys, I forgot. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait, where were we? We're going to have to interrupt my favorite things for a second. Where were we that we were talking about? On the way from for my birthday.
Yes, from your birthday dinner.
Oh my gosh, you guys, okay, so we went to my birthday dinner, my 40th birthday dinner, and on the way home we were talking about, like, what are we going to do now? Like, the night is still young. What should we do? And we're like, let's go toilet paper someone. And Kate's like, I've never done that. Literally, like, that was the funniest thing ever. This is why I'm having Julie on. I'm having Kate Roundy on.
And they will have complete different experiences.
But also, I can't wait to have Julie on to talk about. Oh, you guys, our friend Julie is amazing. She is the best, and she has the greatest stories. She needs to write a book, like about her life in high school and college. And oh my gosh, like, she is literally the greatest stories. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're getting facials and toilet papering.
I think I'm too old. I think I missed my vote on the toilet papering.
Okay, I'm going to toilet paper you then. And then when you wake up in the morning,
only just like, write like messages on it.
Yeah, I know. You'll know it's me. You'll know it's me. I love it. Okay. I only got through one thing. Guys,
you shouldn't have given me permission to interject.
Yes, no, because this is what I want. This continues the talking. Okay, speaking of St. George, and actually, this is why I'm saying this, because you can interject on this as well. We went to George's. Do you remember when we went to George's, when we went and stayed at Shelly's parents' house down there? I actually feel like I don't remember. I think I got the flu, like on the way home, or someone did, and we were barfing.
I barfed on the way down.
I know, you barfed on the way down. We've had a lot of experiences together, you guys. This is also, last week when Shelly was here, she asked to tell the story about our drive down there and what Tara said. Yes. So that same car ride, Kate was very sick and was, oh no, that was when you were driving, wasn't it?
No.
When Tara said that
when Tara said that, I probably was driving.
Oh no, because I was driving. Because that's what she did say to me. She's like, "You really don't stop talking, do you?"
I can't remember.
So I can't remember. Anyway, one of the time she was very sick. Yes. We had to keep stopping for her. Okay, anyway,
car sickness, no bueno.
No bueno. Yes, Kate always rides shotgun, always, or drives really. Yeah, because even shotgun's a little sketch.
Because no one wants to pull over and wait for me.
I do. I'm happy to. Okay, so George's is a restaurant in St. George. It is right across the street from Urban Renewal. And I never remember what the name is called, but there's a hotel across the street that's a Marriott. It's like a boutique hotel, and it has in the bottom of it that other restaurant, Wood Ash Rye. Have you been there?
No.
Okay, that's another one I need to ask.
Did we go there for breakfast or dinner?
I don't remember, but I remember that we had this item. So my second favorite thing of this week is George's Restaurant. The reason being, one of their appetizers is garlic bread with goat cheese and honey. Do you remember this?
Now I remember it.
Oh!
And I can picture inside the restaurant now too.
Listen, if I'm in prison.
We went there like right before we drove home.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I'm thinking like someone had felt sick or something. But now I can't remember why.
I don't know.
You guys, I would literally ask for it for my last meal if I was on the death row. Because it's that good.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal. And even when because I couldn't remember when I read it, I was like, oh my gosh, we had that and it was so good. And then I was asking our waiter, like, hey, is it kind of weird with the garlic bread? I don't remember it being garlic bread. It is unbelievable. And the goat cheese was like so smooth. Like it wasn't like crumbly or like chunky, like nothing like that. It was so smooth. The honey was unbelievable. I don't know if it was like a local honey or like what it was, but it's like the weirdest pairing, but oh my gosh, I have to play it myself. It was phenomenal. Like I need to figure out how to make it at home. I mean,
I'll happily test
please.
it for you.
Okay. I know, maybe for like Bunko or something. Yeah. We gotta remember that. Yeah. Sure. Guys, she's also part of the Bunko group that we also call our village. We've talked about that the last 2 episodes.
It really is though, yeah.
It really is. Okay, so that was my second. Okay, my third, Kate can also attest to, we love our Kindles. Oh my gosh. I was thinking about it this week, especially because I was in the sun so much. It is a game changer to have a Kindle when it's sunny outside because it doesn't, when you're on your phone, it goes dark when you're in the sun because it gets hot or I don't know, whatever it is because it's bright. To cover it. So third on my list is my Kindle. I think it's just the Paperwhite one is what it's called, right? And it's the kids version. Yeah. So I also don't have any ads, which is amazing. And because I just read a book and delete it most of the time because it's from Kindle Unlimited, I don't need a lot of storage.
Right.
I want to say mine's only I don't know, 16 gigs or something.
Well, it's pretty small. Whatever the smallest one was. And it's been totally fine.
And
I think the kids one's cheaper too, isn't it?
Oh, it totally is. And I mean, it's over now, and even when this comes out, it'll be way over. But Amazon Prime days, I want to say it was still $90.
Yeah.
Even just within the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So watch for that. Even
and
around.
Their version is water resistant or something too.
Yes,
so you
it
can
totally
have
is.
Poolside,
Yeah. Because my sister, my youngest sister, Kaylee, she always puts hers in a Ziploc bag.
Oh, really?
Yes. When she's laying in the pool, on a float.
That's gonna add a glare.
I know.
No one needs that.
Well, you would think.
Yeah.
But no, she literally puts it in a Ziploc bag and tucks it over.
That's so
she's just holding it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I know. I chuckle every time I see a picture of her doing it. But I'm yeah, mine's waterproof. In fact, I read mine in the hot tub all the time and I'm not worried at all. I do need to get a new case soon. I feel the case is because the one it comes with is just the black one. But it's fine. Anyway, so the Kindle, you guys, let's not be sleeping on that. Okay, my number 4 is a little different, but I think I didn't send you pictures. I had sent Shelly pictures, but I'm going to walk you out back after we're done here. Okay, so I love flowers. I love annuals. I love zinnias. They are my very favorite. I think that's how you say it. No one's ever corrected me. But about 6 months ago, I came across a girl on Instagram called Lazy Girl Gardening or something like that. And she does a cut garden in her grow boxes. So I have 3 large garden boxes that I've done vegetables and all that kind of stuff over the years. But this year, everything just fries. It's so hot. Besides, my pumpkins are out of control and I feel like Cinderella and they're going to take over my yard soon.
Do you remember when they did take over my yard?
Yes. That is also another story for another day.
Yes.
That was one of the greatest years. We really do have to talk about that one. Put that on the list. But okay, so she basically, this Lazy Girl Gardening is this is the easiest way to garden and to do flowers. there is a bag that you can buy. I think I ended up getting mine from Walmart. You can get it on Amazon or at Walmart, and I want to say maybe Home Depot too. But it comes with like 1,000 zinnia seeds, and it's all different colors. I'm sure you could get one like if you wanted all of them the same color. But she basically just tells you, you like rake out your dirt, you put a thin layer of soil over it, and you literally just lay the seeds down. So I just like stood on the corner of it because it's like 2 feet raised. Yeah. And I just did 1,000 seeds all over the whole thing. I'm like, well, we'll just see what happens. I was like hoping for the best.
On top of that after?
So I think you do a little bit, but not a lot. Like they basically were like, kind of cover it, kind of don't. Because I feel like in the past, whenever I've been wildflower seeds, the birds get them.
Oh.
I know. And I didn't ever like really think that was an issue. Yeah. Well, we haven't really like let them out yet. I mean, we kind of do, but you know, Izzy's kind of a wild card. Like they need to get a little bit bigger so they can peck her in the face. And then my dog, Izzy, because she likes to chase them. She doesn't do anything to them. I mean, when they were babies, she wanted to eat them. But she for sure would have literally taken their heads off, you know. Gross. But she's a questionable dog. We'll bring her on sometime. But so this zinnia seeds, I'm going to do it every year now. It's the most amazing. They're like, some of them are like 3.5 feet tall. I know.
Have you been cutting them and bringing them in?
So not yet, because I want people to see them. Selfishly, so the other morning.
You need to show them and like bring them a pot of them in here.
I know. Okay, so I'm going to, and I've actually been taking pictures of like when they started blooming, and then like the next day, and then I just took some yesterday because I've been gone for a few days.
But they time lapse.
Yes, that's what I mean. I'm going to, because you guys, it literally was the easiest thing. I've done absolutely nothing. I did have to, and I think because I did absolutely nothing, the weeds got kind of wild, and they were tall ones that came out like grass. So it was easy though. Like I just had to like kind of reach in the middle and pull them out. And so I did have to do that to get them all out. But then once I did that, I mean, that's literally all you can see are the zinnias. It's unbelievable. Like I'm really excited about it. And there's awesome. Like pink, purple, like, I mean, probably not blue, but I don't know. There's just like a ton of colors it looks really awesome. Yeah. So I will also post that when I post this podcast. But so zinnia seeds, don't sleep on that either, because it's so easy, and I will like continue to do it every year now.
What month do you have to plant them?
Oh, just like how we normally do, like right after Mother's Day. Crazy. Yeah. And I think it takes like 6 to 8 weeks. I want to say till like, is that germinate? Is that what it's called? When it starts popping up. That was the other thing that was hard too, because I was like, I don't know if those are weeds or if they were the zinnias. You have to let all of it go. That's kind of why I let it go. But I do feel like it was like within a week where they were like, you know, a foot tall to where they're all of a sudden 3 feet tall. It was crazy. Like you can see them over my fence.
That's so cool.
I know. So really excited about that. Okay. And then the last thing on my list of favorites for this week is my Great Value energy water packets. After I was just talking about how freaking dehydrated I was this week.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
But they keep me going. I drink them every day. I think they have like 120 grams of caffeine.
Probably milligrams, right?
Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, probably. I don't know.
Does it measure in milligrams?
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know either. Now I want to know.
Now I want to know too.
Because
we should look that up. I know. I'm like, hang on. I can quickly pull up my Walmart order, since I literally order them every single week. And actually, I don't even know if it would show me on, if like there was a picture of the back of it, maybe.
I'm going to derail every single thing you ask.
No, this is phenomenal. This is what I want. Literally what I want.
What's your favorite kind though?
Okay, so I really only drink the peach mango and sometimes the wild strawberry.
And then you mix that with the true lemon
Yep. And I'll usually do the true lemon, like wild berry, because then that doesn't have any caffeine in it. Or sometimes I'll do the strawberry with that one too. But then also Kroger has one that's a wild berry, and it's by far my favorite as well. So
an energy water or just?
A packet of energy water. But I don't really like any of their other ones. They're kind of weird flavors. And actually even Great Value has some weird flavors, and I think that's why I just stick with peach mango, because I feel like if I did like the true lemon strawberry, then it's like a peach mango strawberry. And that's a typical like smoothie, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. So when you have and then I, again, do a little bit of the coconut creamer, the coffee creamer, and it just is like a fruity drink every day. Think about drinking about that in the midwinter.
Flavored water, so maybe that's along the same thing.
Yeah. And I feel like too, because I'm sipping it all day, I feel like it continuously keeps me up and I don't crash.
Right.
Because, you know, if you drink like a Red Bull, you're like, oh, it's noon and I'm going to sleep for the next 5 hours.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work for me. Okay, I just pulled it up. It says, it is milligrams. Okay. But it also says low calorie. It's high in 5 B vitamins. I don't know what that does for you.
Good stuff.
But I feel good about it. Yeah, it's a vitamin. So listen, it's more than I'm getting regularly. And 120 milligrams of caffeine per serving. And I drink one every morning when I go to the gym. So you put it in a 16-ounce water bottle. So I just grab it out of the fridge and put it in. And then I sip it throughout while I'm walking my 3 miles. My lazy working out.
That's not lazy working out.
Tierney and I kind of talked about this too, because we usually end up there about the same time. And so we just sit and chit chat the whole time while we're on the treadmill and we're cackling so loud. And everyone's laughing at us, like, or watching us basically like,
what is happening?
These 2 weirdos? Like, it is 6 a.m. and they are cackling like hens.
They're probably just like, I wish I was having so much fun at the gym.
It makes the time go by very, very, very quickly. Oh, man. Okay. I'm glad we looked that up. Glad we cleared that up. It's milligrams, not grams. 120 grams would probably kill you.
I think it'd be too much.
Literally give you a heart attack.
Yes.
I'm glad you said that. Okay. Well, that is all of my favorite things for this week. Those are good ones. That's what I'm saying, guys. Let's make sure that we, don't be sleeping on any of this stuff. I told you about the TJ Maxx hand soap, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay. See, I'm telling all my friends. I'm no gatekeeper. I don't gatekeep things. I make sure all my friends know the best of the best. Like we're getting facial.
So you can sip your energy water while you're reading your Kindle by your Zinnias.
Yes.
It's really a package deal.
It is 100%. Listen.
While you smell good from your perfume.
I know. See? I am just making
whole
sure
experience.
Yeah. Sometimes I think I'm a whole experience.
You are.
That's why for some people, I'm like,
I
know I can be a little bit much. I'm an experience. Maybe that should be my tagline. Yes. See, she did it again. She did it again. I gotta write that down right now. Hang on, I gotta write it down.
You're the one that came up with
No,
that.
you just did. I'm an experience. Oh my gosh.
That means
See,
so
guys,
many
when
things.
I'm with Cate, though, I know it could mean so many things. When I'm with Cate, I just it just happens. Magic happens. This is just what happens. It's just amazing. I'm an experience. Okay. Done.
If you go with that one, you need a shirt. This is I'm an experience.
That's a great idea. Listen, we're already talking merch. I got to get a logo. We got to figure all this business out. I know. I'm really jazzed about it, actually. I'm getting us t-shirts.
I love it.
Maybe we should say something like,
I'm afraid where this is going.
I've had the Courtney Experience. There's something along those lines. I swear there's something like for Disneyland or something that's like, I've been on this experience. I know. This is what I'm talking about, you guys. I know sometimes I can be too much.
I survived, what's the Maui Road?
Yes.
It's like, I survived.
Road to Hana. Yes.
I survived the Courtney Experience.
Yes.
I would have to say, because it is a survival technique. For at least the podcast version.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And then we can give them to people that come on the podcast. And it says, I survived the Courtney Experience. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You guys, like my face already hurts. I'm laughing so hard, you guys. This is the freaking best. Once again, this is why I come to you. Oh, and also, you guys, I regularly ask her to fact check, to edit things. What is that? Proofread.
Yeah. Edit, proofread, yeah.
You're also wicked smart at that. Oh my gosh. I can't even. Okay, so then let's go right into this. You're a teacher by trade.
Yes.
An amazing, amazing teacher. Do you have a master's? You do, don't you?
No.
Oh, you don't?
No.
This talk?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you both did. Okay. So you don't. You should. She basically does. She has a master's in life. But you
We wish.
specialized in English, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your teaching degree, and have you always wanted to teach high school? No. What did you start
No.
in junior high?
I mean, I started teaching high school. I flopped back and forth between like elementary and secondary. Like my major was just like I knew I wanted to teach.
Yes,
but, I was
but
like,
you weren't sure like
where do
what
I want to teach?
Okay.
And then I finally decided on like secondary because I was too worried if I was working while my kids were at home and I was teaching elementary that I wouldn't have patience for them when I got home because I would have used it
smart,
with everyone
very,
else's
very,
children.
Yes.
All day long.
All day long. And then you would have none.
So then I
for
went
your
to
own kids.
high school, which
That's
is
really
great
smart.
because they understand sarcasm. So that's helpful.
Kate's the queen of sarcasm. Yes.
So that's very helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I do love that. And I do feel like you really vibe with like that age of kids too. Because like you're gonna be a really fun teenage mom, I think. I mean, you already have two teenagers because they're 13.
I mean,
but
I tell them that I'm fun.
Yes.
I don't know that they agree, but you know.
I mean, I think you're fun. So
We'll take it.
okay, perfect. Okay, so but you teach. So she teaches high school, you guys. But you teach. I don't know if you even want to say where you teach, but you teach at a school that is basically an online school for high school kids, right?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about that.
So I started teaching, like I taught 12th grade English
Okay.
for a few years first until I
Okay.
had kids.
Okay.
And then once I had kids, I just started like grading for the high school English department.
Like, could you just do it at home?
Yeah. So I'd go like pick up a huge stack of research papers,
Oh,
grade them all during nap time, and then go drop them
sounds
off.
like hell.
It's terrible.
Okay, and did you do it for
Super
like
terrible.
the entire English department? So it was like all of the students?
Plus, then it's not rewarding because like when you read your own students' papers,
Oh yeah, you're like,
you know
I
them,
taught
you learn about their
something.
lives,
Yes.
like it's rewarding.
Yeah.
But all these kids I was reading their papers, I didn't know them
That
or
makes
have taught them, so I couldn't see their
much
progress.
sense. Yeah.
Not rewarding at all, just terrible.
Okay.
But when you are in that state and you just are like, I need something to get a few $100 extra
Yes. Yep.
then it's worth it.
100%. Yeah. Totally.
But then the administrator that I had there got tasked with starting like the online school.
Oh.
And so then she was like reaching out to her stay-at-home moms to like get that going.
Yeah.
So then I started doing that when my oldest set of twins were maybe 2.
Oh my gosh. You've been doing it like 11 years already?
Maybe they were only 1. I think I've been doing
12 years. That's a long time.
I think this is my 12th or 13th year.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Long enough that I'm not sure how long I've been doing it.
Too long to remember.
Yes.
Perfect. That's how I feel about mothering. It's
Right?
been too long to remember. Okay.
Yes.
But the thing that's so cool, and this is why I've been wanting to bring it up, is because of what you teach. Did you start teaching English originally and then it's like gone through different stages over the years? Or have you always done what you do now, which is, guys, she basically teaches life skills.
I teach financial literacy now. So I was a business major for a while. Wanted to go be like a
What?
marketing guru in New York. And then
my
I was
gosh.
like,
I had no idea.
oh, that's not like going to be the most conducive to family life.
Yes, totally.
So
Not
then,
mom friendly.
yeah. So then I was like, okay, but I've taken a lot of business classes.
Yeah.
And so then I just had like 1 or 2 classes left to go take to get a business endorsement for teaching.
Okay.
So then I went back and did that my first year.
And what does that mean?
So there's a whole list of business classes I could teach.
Oh,
Because of that,
Oh, that you can
Like
teach.
entrepreneurship,
Okay.
leadership, financial lit, business marketing.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
There's a bunch.
Yeah. I had no idea that was like what you had to do.
Yeah. So then I have an English endorsement and then I have the business endorsement.
Is that something you have to like renew every year? Or like, do
Every
you have to do
5.
like continuing education?
Yeah.
Okay.
So every 5 years I have to renew it all.
Okay. Yeah. That's crazy. Okay,
So
but
then-
tell me, financial literacy though is fascinating to me because I
Yes.
feel like my parents did a good job of teaching me that, but I don't know if I as a parent have done a good job of teaching my own children. Like I feel like I've taught them about money and to hopefully to save and put money aside and like, you have to have money before you can spend it, like all the
Yeah.
things. But like, what do you guys really specialize in financial lit?
It covers, so much. We cover like budgeting, we cover
Okay.
banking, like even how to do online banking,
Yes.
how to create a budget, credit cards, credit scores,
Can
insurance.
I take your class?
You betcha. I actually
No,
joke
but that is all stuff that like I feel like a lot of us didn't learn.
No.
Even when like I said, my parents, I feel like taught me a ton. But there's a lot of that stuff that I'm like, I still call my dad for certain questions.
Yeah.
Or,
like even how to apply for FAFSA.
Yes.
Like it's federal student aid, or what was the other one? Oh, like taxes. Like how to fill out a tax form.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So hard. Like
it's so intimidating if you don't know what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like even doing it for multiple years, it's still intimidating. And every year I'm so stressed I'm going to get audited because we did it wrong. Like, it's so scary.
And it takes time, but it's like so helpful if you know how to do those things.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm actually working right now on writing like a competency exam that anyone in the district could take.
Okay.
If they already know all of this, to test out the course.
Oh. And you
so
have to write that?
I'm working on it right now.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm like, also, like, I don't think my husband could pass it.
Yeah.
Like every year he's like, do you want me to help you with taxes? And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Todd is a lot good at a lot of things.
Yes, many things that I'm not good at.
I don't think I could pass that either.
Yeah.
100% I couldn't.
Like there's so many things, and I feel like it's so important to know those things.
Yeah.
So you don't get screwed with insurance or like
do
your taxes wrong.
Yes.
I don't know. So many things. And like know how to budget.
So will you be taking clients?
I actually had someone ask me, I'm not a financial advisor. Like that's not.
But I feel like if I come to you and be like, just tell me that I did my taxes right. Can you just look over them? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's why I think it's so fascinating what you do, because it really is like so many kids need that.
So many.
Okay, is it, so it's only high school kids? Is it 9th through 12th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if anyone has any kids that want to take it, let me know. Then we'll reach out to Cate and see what our options are about getting your kid into that class. Because do they have that class just at the regular high schools?
I mean, it's through Alpine School District.
Okay. So no matter what.
I think you can, I need to
look
into
it to see if you could sign up for it though. And have it be, yes, I want.
I was going to look into it to see, because like my kids want to take it too.
I want Dylan to take that 100%.
Which would be so cool.
Yeah.
But
we got to remember that. I got to like ask Dylan that, because I mean, even last year I like went to the school to like listen to the meeting or whatever about signing up for classes. But I feel like these kids, they're just like, I mean, I wouldn't have known either, like what I wanted to do at that age. Like, I don't know what kind of classes should I take. I don't know, just the basics. Like I'm taking math, I'm taking English, like all the things that I have to take. But you don't realize how important a financial literacy class is.
And I think a lot of districts have like online options now. They just vary a lot, like by district. But
okay.
Yeah.
So if you're in Alpine
you'll
School
think
District.
This is funny because of how nerdy I am. But when I was in college, one of my roommates was like, can you just like create a budget for me? And I was like, yes, I would love to. Like, I would love to create a budget for you. Like, I just think it's so fun.
Oh my gosh. I'm also going to need you to create a budget.
It's so easy when you just have one person.
I know.
On a family scale, that's much harder.
I know. And that's what's hard, is I feel like that's why we haven't ever really like sat down and been like, this is what we're going to budget. I mean, we kind of have in our minds, like I try to spend this much each week in groceries and like this much each month in gas or whatever. But like, I don't know. Sometimes it's just like, no, I just have to cut that out completely, you know, because we like can't afford that right now. Or I don't know. Or then sometimes you're like, well, it's just, we just have to do it. We just have to find the money because
kid grew out of cleats. So what are they going to do?
Kids, exactly. Yeah. We have to get new, which our freaking kids cannot stop growing.
Or eating 12,000 calories.
Or eating! Oh my gosh! I know. I do want to have Gabe come on.
You should.
I know. I'm going to. He probably would die. Guys, my oldest son is a bodybuilder. And he legit eats, I think, like, I don't know, I think I told you, 6,500 calories a day. That was at least what it was when we were in Florida. And I don't think he was even really bulking at that point. It was bananas. We were on vacation and my two older boys they were eating nonstop. It was like every 2 hours. And I was like, I'm going to physically be sick. And we're walking. I mean, we walked like 56 miles in 9 days, or 53 miles in 9 days, something like that. So we walked and walked and walked and walked. And I still could not eat like as much as, like how often, I guess. Of course I can't eat as much, but how often they were eating. It was crazy. Oh my gosh, it was so crazy. Okay, so, but you have Wait, hey, did you guys already got married? When you graduated college? What year did you get married?
I got married in 2007.
Okay, so you graduated the same year.
Graduated the same year.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I thought we were like around the same time we got married because we just talked about this. Because I got married in 2006.
Something around there.
Okay, so you've taught since then.
Yeah.
Basically, but like 2 years ago, I think it was. Well, I feel like you had been doing your girls' nails for a long time, and you even did some of our friends. But you really started like just kind of buying your own things and doing gel nails and all of that. And then like at what point though where you're like, okay, I think I really want to go to nail school? Because that was like so out of like not out of left field.
Oh, it kind of
because
is.
because I remember talking to you at Bunko and I was like, you're so talented, you should go. And then you were like, I'm thinking about it. And I was like, what? Like,
thinking about it and talking myself out of it over and over and over and over and over again.
Okay, but that is why it's so cool that you did it. Because I feel like maybe we supported you, but I didn't support you as much as you've supported me. Like you basically been the one that's like, you need to do this. And I'm like, okay.
Go.
I know, but seriously, like I feel like I for sure, in fact, there's been a few people, not to like turn this question back on myself, but there's been a few people that I have talked to over the last few months that I've just briefly mentioned the podcast. And then now all of a sudden I'm just doing like the social media and like I'm actually recording and all of that. And they're like, what happened? Like it was like overnight. And I'm like, it was literally overnight. Kate got me a microphone and like you kept saying it. Shelly kept saying it. Tierney kept saying it. Like I had a few clients that kept saying it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, okay, like I need to do this. I can't stop. I can't stop thinking about it. So is that kind of how it was with nails? Were you like, I literally can't stop thinking about it, so I'm just going to do it?
No.
And like, what did Todd say?
Because Todd was more the reason that I went to nails.
Okay. Because when I told Aaron I was going to do a podcast, he was like, kind of brushed it off. And then when I told him I'm really going to do it, he was like, oh, I thought you were joking. I was like, no, I am not joking.
You're like, I hope you're joking right now.
Except then when I said, will you come on my podcast? And he said, hell no, I will not. Okay, so Todd was one of the main reasons. Because he was like, you should do it.
Yeah. Well, like you guys had all like said stuff to me like, hey, you should do this. And it like, I don't know, made me think like, maybe I should do this.
Yeah.
And that was a big part. But then every time I like looked at it logically, when I was like, okay, like I'm still teaching. I couldn't do this full time.
Yeah.
So how long would it take me to pay off school? How long, like all of this? And I kept running the numbers. And I'm like, doesn't make sense. And then a couple weeks later, maybe I messed up on the numbers. And I run it again. Same thing. I was like,
you don't mess up on numbers. Come on.
And I did that over and over. And then Todd kept saying, he's like, well, why don't you do it? And I'm like, well, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And he looked at me, he goes, you know, you could do it because you want to.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to throw up. Like, I don't do things because I want to. Like, that's not how I work in my life. I do it because it makes sense on paper.
Oh my gosh.
And so then
I need to be more like you.
That's why I ended up doing it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I could do it because I want to. Like, I don't know.
But I love that. That like, seriously, if we can teach anything to this like next generation, you can do it just because you want to. Like not because it makes sense on paper.
Right.
And I feel like there are a lot of jobs out there like that where it's like, you're never going to make $1 million. You're never going to like do all these, whatever. But if it's something that you love and enjoy, who cares?
Right.
Just do it
even if it's as a side hustle. If you're like, okay, like you still need to be able to feed your family, do this as a side hustle.
Totally.
And the other thing, I can't remember now how many there are, but I'm big on Brene Brown.
Yes.
I love Brene Brown.
I literally just saw something from her today.
Yes. Yeah. Even the quote I have like in my office, while it's not from her, I learned of that quote from her book, Daring Greatly. It's like how she starts her book.
Okay, cool.
But she talks about like the different C's that help you be happy.
Okay.
And one of them is creativity. And so that was the thing too that I was like, oh, like if I have this as a creative outlet, it will help me like.
Well, it kind of gives you a hobby, even though it's like something that you're like making money from.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes sense in my brain, 100%.
Yeah. And it's challenging. So that was also one of the reasons I didn't want to do it. Yeah. It's like in the beginning, like people will come over and sometimes I still feel this way where they leave and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I think you probably hate it. I should probably pay you for coming today.
Oh
like,
my gosh, no.
Because you can't get it perfect.
I was going to say, but that is just the service industry too.
Yes.
And you're literally doing on it. I just said literally. But you are doing it on such a small area.
Yeah, and it's not going to be perfect, and that's hard for me to like.
I know, because
understand.
You are like, you do like to do everything to the best.
And it's different too when you're looking at someone's nails this close.
Yeah.
Like no one else is going to look at them that close.
Oh my gosh, no.
But it's hard to be like, I'm going to do something and it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And I need to be okay with that. So it's like challenging. You have to accept that it's like not perfect.
This is also why I come and talk to you. Because you talk me off the ledge regularly. As with this podcast, hopefully the recording today is a little better because I'm trying my best, but it's fine. I love that though. But you guys, she is crazy talented. Some of the stuff that you do is amazing. All of the stuff that you do is amazing, and you do it on such a small canvas. That's what's so awesome.
You're nice because you're like my biggest cheerleader.
No,
so
I know,
I
but
love
like
that.
literally as soon, guys, I say literally so many times. I can't stop now. But I was going to, so we had another gal.
That's your tagline. You literally just had a Courtney experience.
Yes,
literally. Just own it. Just lean in.
Let's do that. Literally, I'm a good time too. There was another girl in our neighborhood who used to do nails. Yeah. She had also gone to nail school like later, after she had a couple of kids. And so she was doing my nails. She moved. So then I started going to another gal who I loved. But then as soon as you said you were going to school, I was like, done. I am with you. Like as soon as you are done with school, I'm there. And that's how it was. As soon as you said, I'm taking clients as of whatever the date was, I had like my last appointment with her, and then I came to you. So you've been doing them now for what, 2 full years?
2 years, yeah.
Amazing. And you've given me the greatest nails.
See, you're the biggest fan. I love it.
But we've done Chicago Cubs nails.
Those are fun.
We're already putting into action some potential Savannah Bananas nails because we're obsessed.
So excited about it.
So excited. I told my sister-in-law about it. Who come to find out one of them that's like on her bucket list to go. I know. So we'll have to talk about that later. We've just done so many great. So we did the Chicago Cubs nail. I feel like everywhere I've gone, we've done something for them.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe in September when I go see the Cubs play the Dodgers. This is going to be so exciting. Anyway,
you're just take off your Savannah Banana one.
Yes, or just do one or one. Yeah, well, that's true. I overlap. Dang it. But yes, you are so talented, and I will link her page because you guys are just going to want to follow her anyway because it's so fun to see what you post too. And you know me, I love to see whose fingers are.
I know you're trying to play the guessing game.
Yes.
It is fun.
And I'm like, whose watch band is that? I've never seen that one before because people are always changing that.
Yeah, or like you look at the rings and all the. Yeah.
Okay, so how long did it take you to do school? 5 months? Is that what it was?
No. Let me think.
Or was it faster than that?
I started.
Like, tell us a little bit about school. How many hours is it? 600?
300.
Oh, hell, I don't know anything about this school.
I think it was 300.
Okay.
I should have brushed up on this before I came.
No, it's okay. I didn't know I was going to ask
and it might have changed in the last couple of years too, because they're always changing.
Because they're always changing. Like and each state's different too.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's like 300 hours. I started in March.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Of whatever year, and then I finished. So my goal is to finish like by the time my kids were done with school, so I wouldn't be still going when summer hit. And I literally had like an hour and a half on their last day of school. So then I like finished.
So you literally did it in 3 months.
Yeah. But I went at like
March.
Most people went longer.
March, April, May, then essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You just busted through. And did
so
you go
going as often as I
and
could.
you went most of the time during the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or just really like you'd pop in for it multiple or
I went I think
hours
1 or 2 evenings just to get extra class hours. Mm-hmm. But most of the time I just go in during the day.
And were you taking clients that whole time? Like, is that what you were doing? Because essentially you're like, you learn for like what, the first week or two?
I mean,
and
you're learning
you're just
like the whole time, but you have, like you could gradually take clients. So they'll be like, okay, we're going to teach you acrylics. Okay, now you can take acrylic clients. Okay, now we're going to teach you pedicures. Yes. Now you can take pedicure clients. Yeah. So they just like gradually build.
Okay. Well, and I feel like now, because nails are so trendy, so many girls are talking about nail school. Mm-hmm. And I have seen, there's multiple even in our own neighborhood that are so talented. I'm like, do it. Yes. Because it's such a lucrative business. Like, you get to work from home. You get to work from anywhere. You could go booth rent. You could do like so many, you know, be in so many locations. In fact, one of my really good friends, her daughter, she graduated from ASU, like with criminal justice, something or other. She thought about maybe going to law school. Anyways, just started working. And she's done nails forever. And then was like, I'm just gonna go to nail school. So she hurried and went to nail school, and she's moved to South Carolina. She's like, I can literally live anywhere I want and do nails.
Yes.
That's amazing. And she's like 23.
Yeah, there's a
so
cute
I'm like,
girl
that is so cool.
in nail school when I was there who had like gone to college for a little while, left, came to nail school, but her family was giving her like so much crap. And I was like, no, like there's no right way to do this.
No.
You follow you. Like,
yes.
Like I've done both, like college and nail school. I can tell you there's no right way to do it. Like,
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Both ways are awesome.
Yeah. And it depends on what you want. And just like you said,
Totally.
the creativity. I think that that's what anything that we do in the service industry, whether it's like hair or nails, it allows you to have that creative outlet.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what, like, I mean, it's been 20 years that I've been doing hair, and that has definitely, like, you know, it's held me on to that creativeness where I'm like, I still feel fulfilled in that way for the most part, you know, of feeling
and you get
creative.
to talk to people.
Yes. And I think that's also part of the creativeness, because how I talk to people, it also helps me feel like, oh, I'm coming up with questions to ask, and I learn so much, and I feel like even being creative is learning too.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I totally agree with that.
But that was like something missing from online teaching. Because I don't get that face-to-face interaction.
Yes, totally.
And so I was like, I need something where I like
get
to see people.
And that's where, like, I mean, you know, we chat the whole time.
Yeah.
We a lot of times are like, all right, we have a list of things we need to go over.
I just have to remember to not make eye contact so I keep working. Because sometimes I'm like, what? Hold up. I'm like, okay, back to work.
That is how I am too. I'm like, oh wait, I gotta keep going. I have to keep going.
So sometimes I'm like, hold on.
Yes. But you know too, and we kind of talked about this, I can't remember, I think it was with Tierney, just about that, the connection. Actually, no, we did it with Shelly as well, because she said people like lay in her chair for Botox and just open up. Yes. People open up to us. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe it's just our faces. We look so inviting. But it really is like, we make such connections with people. And that's where it's also fascinating, where so many people are like, oh, you just do hair, or you just do this, or whatever. And it's like, no, it's not just that. I think when I went into hair school, it was, oh, I'm just going to do hair school because it's something. I'm going to get my trade schooling done, and then we'll go from there. I mean, it was never the goal to ever do hair full time. I was like, oh, I'll just work in the technology world for a while and then do this on the side. But then it's helped me so many times in my life as well, with my own family, of like bringing in extra money. Yeah. You know, where it was like, oh, I can take more clients at this time where like I couldn't before, or whatever. Yeah. It's not just hair school or just nail school. Like it is a trade, just like plumbers, just like electricians, just like any of those. Yeah. I don't know. I'm a firm believer. And I think too, it's a great option to get out of the way and start working before you start your, was it under your undergrad? Is that what it's called? Yes. Because then you're making money.
I know so many girls who, sorry, I
know. No, you're totally fine. Go.
I know so many girls who have started nail school while they're in high school too.
Yes, so then they're done by the time,
which is
100%.
amazing.
Yeah. And if you can get and build up a good clientele, again, you're like making so much money by the time you're putting yourself through college.
Yeah.
I know girls that have even done that, like with esthetician school. They did it during high school, finished, and then put themselves through like business degrees.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, because then they own their own businesses. I don't know. I just think that you, like you said, I love that you said that. There is no right or wrong way to do it. It's just whatever's best for you, you know? And I think along those same lines with the trade schools. So my husband builds restaurants. I can't remember if I had mentioned that before, but he builds restaurants, and that is like the hardest thing right now for them to find is tradesmen. Plumbers, electricians, like there's not enough of them because everyone's just going to like regular college, doing business degrees, marketing degrees, kind of all like the basics, and no one is doing those trades anymore.
Oh, like the white collar jobs.
Yes, the white collar
jobs are so needed. Yeah.
Yep, totally. And which also means though that those like plumbers and electricians are making so much freaking money. They can charge like $500 an hour. They're basically charging what a lawyer does.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough out of them or out there that they just Yeah, they're like, I can charge whatever I want.
Yeah, not enough people want to do it.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, how do we talk our kids into being plumbers? Or electricians? Like, how can we, like, let's do that. Let's figure that out.
Yes.
Okay. Again, you're amazing. All the things. I really do like admire you for going, because I do feel I'm not being silly right now. I feel like we're a huge inspiration going back to nail school and doing that, because it was like, oh, okay, like maybe I can do something different, even though you still are teaching and doing that on the side. Like it's, I don't know, just adding to it and doing something that you want to do.
Yeah.
And that's where the podcast, I've told people for months, like it'd be so fun to do a podcast. And now I'm doing it. And I like actually can't believe it.
I love that you're doing it. And I do feel like you went from talking about it to having it in action, like so fast.
So fast. Because I also felt like if I didn't keep going,
you would stop.
Yeah.
You'd talk yourself out of it.
I would stop. And even regularly, every day, I still am like, oh my gosh, I just don't know if I can do this. And it's hard. And so much technology. And I just feel like every day I'm like brain overload. But then at the same time, it's been so invigorating, because I'm like, I'm going to sit down and talk to Cate. However long.
But it fuels you too.
However long you'll let me.
Well, looks like I'm staying the night, folks. Like, it's gonna be a while.
Perfect. Let me set you up for bed.
Your first 24-hour podcast.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Oh, that sounds like hell.
I would kill your podcast.
No. What was it back in the day? We were just talking about this too with somebody else, about like the old 90s shows, like Saved by the Bell and stuff, where they would do like a telethon or whatever.
Oh, yes.
For like 24 hours. And it would literally be on TV for 24 hours. Who came up with that idea? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
We have like 30 people sitting there to
answering the phones. That makes no sense.
$10 today, okay. Yeah.
I know, and I'm like, and who's calling you in the middle of the night? Nobody. You're all just sitting there sleeping. Anyway, coach everything. I won't say it. Not literally. Just kidding. But you do. You coach every sport that your kids have played. And I mentioned this in my little social thing on you that I posted. But you have coached both of us, our daughters' softball teams. I mean, we're going on like 4 years at this point, right? Because you started on the Outlaws, and then you started helping with ice, and I mean, that's a long time. And now you're going to start another team for the little girls.
Yep.
And I mean, obviously Todd has coached a ton too with like Brecken's team and stuff, but like what, I don't even know, like I have like 100 questions going through my head right now. Because as a parent who doesn't have those talents, I am in awe, and I'm so grateful for the amount of time and effort that coaches put in, because you're not paid. It's all volunteer.
Right.
And that's a lot of time and effort. So do you love it? And is that why you do it? Or is it because of your kids? Or is it because of like, not the control of like being able to control the narrative of how the coaching is done, but is that a little bit of it?
I love what sports can teach kids.
Life skills. Yeah.
Yes. All of the life skills that happen when it really is just a game.
Yes.
When you can fail and you're still okay. So you have to learn how to work through all of those things, and the pressure and relationships with people. Like, ideally, you want your team to all get along.
Yeah.
And be best friends.
Yes.
But that's not
always going to happen. Yep,
but you learn how to work with people. Because the same thing in the workplace. Like, you're going to have relationships that you're like, they're a tough person to work with. Mm-hmm. Your personalities just don't mesh. But if you learn how to manage those things, like on a sports team, you learn how to push through. You learn how to even like shove things down for a little while, but not forever. And then I'm like, hey, just wait till we get to the car. Like, you can deal with that when we get to the car, but finish the game. Yeah. Like, hold it for an appropriate time to process. So I think that's like what I love the most. Yeah. I don't care, like, if kids play college ball. I don't care if they get scholarships. I don't even care if they play high school ball. Yeah. But I want them to, like, learn those life skills and then have healthy outlets in their life that they enjoy doing. Yes. Because I still, like, go play volleyball, go play pickleball, play on softball teams and stuff. That it's just fun. Yeah. But I want, like, those healthy outlets.
Yes. But what you learned even from you playing at a young age was those life skills.
Right.
And I think even outside of a workplace environment, because I say that to my kids a lot too, like the things that you're learning now are going to help you in the long term, like for your whole life. But it's working in any capacity, you know, like in like a church setting, like, you know, whatever, if you're a part of any type of religion that does service, you're going to be working with other people.
Right.
You know? And I think even just in friendships, you know, think about like even you play in a bunco group or you are a part of a book club or like any of that, you're going to have different, Kate's also in a book club. And we have a lot of different personalities in our book club. Yeah. We all like totally different genres, and it's been interesting to, and different ages, which I also think, you know,
so fun though.
Yeah, like makes a difference in how we react to different things too. Totally. But again, it's just life skills that help you in every aspect of life in that. And I think too, it is just a game. Yeah. And a lot of times parents forget that. And I do appreciate, and kids too. Yeah. And I do appreciate coaches, you know, you being one of them, also helping them to know that that they can just brush it off. Yeah. That what do they, I can't remember if it's you or someone else, kind of like the Dory effect. Like was it Chad?
Chad.
Yes. Okay. One of the other ones. Like the Dory. Like
I guess they say
Nemo.
in Ted Lasso though too all the time. Yes. Be a goldfish. Be a goldfish.
Be a goldfish. That's what it. Okay. Yes. Be a goldfish, and I love Ted Lasso. But yes. Be a goldfish. Like basically, like have a very short-term memory on whatever happened. Whether it's like, oh, you just missed a pop fly. Well, guess what? The game goes on. Yep. Who cares? We have to keep playing. Yeah. Like get the next one. Yeah. You know, and I love that. And I feel like that's why it's so important to play team sports, because you really are learning like skills that us as parents, we can't teach all of that inside a home. Right. Like as much as you try, you just really can't. Yeah.
Well, and I also think like it helps you learn to respect and appreciate other people's talents.
Yes.
To be like, because like you're so good at things that I'm not good at. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, like you can appreciate that instead of just being like, I wish I was good at everything. Like,
no, but it's true.
It's so helpful.
I can't teach Ruby batting lessons or do any of that. Like I have to go to outside sources for that because that is not in my wheelhouse. But like I could teach her to curl her hair. I don't know, or you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's just there's certain things that we are good at and other people are good at, and we do learn to appreciate other people's talents for sure.
Well, and even like as part of a team, if you're like you're really good at this skill in this sport, and that's very helpful for our team, and that's okay that like you're better at it than I am.
Totally.
You know? Yeah. But I do think like even in one of our last games for one of my younger daughters, one of them struck out. It was the last out of that inning and had to immediately go out and pitch. Oh. And I was like, okay, like move on. Like you have to move on. Yeah. And those things make me more proud of them than if she would have hit a home run and then went out and pitched. Yeah. Because it's so much harder to dig deep and be like, okay, like
shake it
next
off.
Thing.
Yes.
And she went out and she did great. And I was like, that's what it's about. Is like being able to have something not go well.
And be okay with it.
Yep. And be like, I'm still okay.
Yeah. I love that.
And you talked about like the control part of it.
Yeah.
I actually hate that part. And I don't think I would. Well, and I didn't hate it when I wasn't coaching my own kids. Like I used to coach club volleyball and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it didn't bother me then. But I think it's so tricky when you're coaching your own kids. Because I don't think any parent, well, any that I know of, I think it's really hard to do, to hit the middle ground. Yes. You're either too hard on them or favor them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be in either camp. And so you try to hit the middle and then you find yourself like going one way.
Kind of waffling.
Yes. And so I'm like, I don't want to.
So, and it's interesting because I was talking to Jared Emmerich, and I can say his name on here because I'm going to have his wife come on here, Emily, because she's freaking hysterical. And she was also one of the ones who was really pushing me to do this. But he coaches they're one of their older daughter's teams. And he told me, just in the scenario, because they were kind of struggling with that as well. Mm-hmm. And he basically told her, sat her down and said, when I am on the field, I am your coach. Yep. And I am not your dad. Yep. So you cannot complain to me. You cannot do this. You have to treat me as you would any other coach. Yep. And vice versa. So I will treat you as a player. And, that is what our relationship is on the field. And when we are off the field, then we are father-daughter.
Yeah.
And I loved that. And I was like, that's exactly. But like we've never coached our kids' teams in anything because that's just not a skill that we have. Like,
which I've had those same conversations with my kids, even in the dugout. I'm like, nope, I'm not your mom right now. Like, I'm coach. Yep. So we can't talk about that till after the game on the car ride home.
Yes.
Which doesn't thrill them when they're like, but I want to
talk
to
you.
Like, sorry,
my mom. Yes.
Not now.
Yep.
But it is how it goes. But I also think like because they're your kid, I like at least for me, like my expectations are higher.
Yeah.
I also believe in them more.
Yes.
So it goes both ways. Where I'm like, no, I know you can do that, so I expect it out of you.
Yeah.
Which is both amazing and very tricky.
Yeah, because I'm sure it'd be like if I had a parent, I'd been like, so I appreciate you believe in me, but I think you believe in me more than you should, or something along those lines. I relate it back to when Aaron was like, we're going to build a shed. I'm like, we? We, like me and you. Yeah, we can totally do this. I'm like, you realize I'm a woman. And
did he already know that? Did he realize?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. But like, I am tall. I am not very muscular. I mean, I'm like, muscular-ish. You know, I can hold my own, but I am still like, I don't have those skills.
Yeah.
But he over and over and over again was like, yeah, you do. Let me just show you. You can do it. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Yeah. And then there were multiple times where I was literally putting up walls to this 16 by 20 shed.
So not emotional walls.
No.
Literal walls.
Actually holding framed walls. Okay. And where at the time, and this was probably, 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe even. So Dylan was only 12 or 13. He thought that me and Dylan together equals one adult male. That was not true. But I often think back to that he had so much belief in me that I was like, I mean, I guess, okay, I guess I'll do it, you know?
Yeah.
And we did it. I built a freaking shed. I told him I'll never do it again.
I did it. I'm proud, and I hated it. Never
we did
again.
it. Yes, we did everything. The only thing that we hired out was, I think, like the soffit and fascia, and that was it. And it's just because it was like such a tight spot. But besides that, we did everything top to bottom. We built an entire shed. So, you know, and it obviously makes me proud, and I can say that, even though I would never do it again. But it's just when you have belief, when somebody has belief in you, you really can do anything.
Right.
And I agree with you when coaches have belief in their kids, knowing like, oh no, I know I'm teaching you all of this, but I know that you can do this.
Yes. And I think the kids can feel it too. Like if you believe in them.
Yeah.
They're like, okay. Because then they're more free to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, I'm not trying to like prove myself over and over.
Yes.
They believe in me.
So
yeah, mistakes are going to happen.
Totally. And I tell my kids all the time too, though, like you still have to earn your spot.
Right.
But that's part of the belief, right? That like I know you can be in that spot. So work hard to earn that spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to earn it for sure.
Yeah. No, I love that. Okay, we're just chatting away over here, aren't we? This is how I like it.
But it's good to do things that scare you.
I know.
Just yesterday I did something that scared me.
What did you do?
I pulled our trailer.
You did?
Which I had never done before.
This is a fantastic way to end this podcast.
Which,
oh my hell, where did you go?
We just pulled it like from our house. So I only drove like 10 minutes and then I like backed it in. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
I need to hear everything. So
Thomas asked me for so long, hey, do you want to pull it? And I was like, nope, definitely not.
I'm going to take out 3 other cars while I'm driving.
And then he's like, yesterday, I'd been like reflecting on so many parenting things yesterday where I was like, I need to do this different and I need to do this different. So I was already like in tears and I was like, I'm already crying today, so I might as well. So I was like, sure, I'll pull it.
Might as well do something really hard. It's fine. Oh my gosh. Did he follow you?
No, he came like in as a passenger.
Oh my gosh, that's even scarier. So, is he like a backseat driver?
Well, I needed him to be in this situation.
I
was like, tell me what to do. Like, tell me. And he's like, oh, you're fine. And I was like, but tell me what I need to be paying attention to.
So you kind of knew the basics.
No. I mean, I don't
Okay,
think
because
so.
this is my thing. It's like, how do you even pull out onto a road
Right.
when there is other traffic?
Well, and that's why, like, I mean, luckily pulling out of our driveway, there's no one else there. I could take it really wide.
Neighborhood, but still even getting onto our main road outside of our neighborhood, there's a lot of cars.
And I was like, I guess I'll just wait. I'll just wait a while until I know I'm good. But then I was nervous because, like, left turns, you have plenty of space.
Yes.
But making right turns are real tight. Yes. And so, like, when I get over to the main road to turn and there's, like, a Walgreens on that corner, I was like, I think I'm going to take out the Walgreens.
Oh, so you went down our main street.
Go over the train tracks or you're, like, get high centered with the trailer. So I, like, went down 4 South and I was like, well, if I don't get a green arrow, I guess I'm just going to wait until I do.
Yes. And hopefully the people behind us don't honk at me.
Yes. But it actually, like, was okay.
I didn't even think about train tracks.
Yeah. But I was really nervous for, like, the right turn because I was like, I'm going to take out a pole. I'm going to go on the sidewalk. Like, something terrible is going to happen.
Yes.
But
I'm so proud of you.
It was, like, one of those things where I'm like, okay, now I did it the first time.
But would you do it again?
Yes.
Like, do you feel like you could
capable of doing it?
Well, sure. Because, like, what if something happened and Todd wasn't able to do it?
Yes.
That makes sense to me. But I'm also like, but I think you're always going to be there. And so I don't need to learn that.
Yeah. So I'm like, we could just, like, sell it. But but I also think, like, if I had the kids in the car while I was driving, I'd be like, no one's allowed to talk.
Yes.
This is taking too much brain power to just make sure I don't kill us or anyone else along the way.
Yes.
And I also felt like I was a new kid learning how to drive a stick because I'm pretty sure everyone could tell that I was new because everyone's, like, just watching me. And I was like, Todd, I think I look like a new kid who's, like, in a stick shift, you know, and it's, like, lurching. Because everyone was looking at me. I'm like, they can tell that I'm new.
Do you want to use one of my student driver magnets?
I probably do. I'm going to be like, oh
my gosh. Oh, I would feel the same way. I'd have been so stressed.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Well, I just posted that thing about magic. What did I say? Let me see if I can remember.
And the magic of being yourself or something?
No, it was like the magic of doing new things.
Oh.
Let me find it. It was.
Wasn't it something like doing things that only you can do, or it's something?
I did one of those too.
Is that a different one? What was that one?
No, let's just see. I think it's the one I posted just. Oh, trust the magic of new beginnings.
Oh yeah,
I loved that. I came across that and I was like, I mean, it's really technically like a honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
For anything that you do, right? So exciting, it's this or that, you know, believe in the magic of new beginnings. But I also think that magic can be carried on not just through the beginning, you know? This is like why I've been so excited to do this and like to sit down and like talk with my friends. And I've said this multiple times now. I have the best people around me, between friends in the neighborhood, clients, just like sister-in-laws, family members. They give the best advice, and there are people that I go to on a daily, regular basis. Like, I just know, like, you're so good at this, and Shelly's so good at this, and so-and-so's so good at this, and so good at this, and it's amazing. Like, I just want everybody to know who is, like, in my life, because I'm so lucky to have the people that I do. And I feel like there's so many fascinating people. I'm, like, so excited to have everyone on.
I love it.
So thank you so much. Kate, guys, she really didn't want to do this today, but I'm grateful you did.
That's only because I love you.
I love you. And now it's going to be the Courtney Experience. That also could be another, you survived. That could also be another name if something ever happened. The Courtney Experience. But then people would probably be like, what does that mean?
I know.
Means I'm a good time and you can hang out with me. Just kidding.
What you been saying? If you're like, the Courtney Experience, I'm a good time. Still, could go so many ways. So many options.
So many options, I know.
But I do think it's important to, like, even as you get older, maybe especially as you get older, keep doing new things.
Yes.
Because it's so easy to be like, put yourself in a box.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, I'm a teacher, I'm an athlete. The end. Like, that's the box that's me.
And how many people and friends that we even know that say that about being a mom?
Oh, yeah.
That they're like, I'm just a mom.
Mm-hmm.
That means nothing. Like that, I mean, obviously that means a ton. That doesn't mean that you can't do anything else.
Right.
Just because you're a mom, who cares? Different seasons of life.
Yep.
Where it's like, sure, you may be in the thick of it having kids right now, and you're busy and all of that, so you can't do something else. But you sure as heck can do something later on.
Right.
And be writing a list. I never in a million years would have thought I would do a podcast.
Yeah.
Ever. And 5-6 months ago when I was just kind of popped into my head and I was like, oh my gosh, that'd actually be so fun. But I still never thought it would happen.
But also so challenging and so scary.
Yes.
But that's also what leads to it being so amazing.
Yeah. And I hope that other people love to listen to me talk.
I love to listen to you talk.
mean, I don't like to listen to my own self-talk, but I just enjoy the conversations with other people. So yeah, I think that's good advice for today. Don't put yourself in the box. Do hard things. Do something that scares you. I mean,
and survive the Courtney Experience.
Yes, and survive the Courtney Experience. Up top. That wasn't
not
good.
A high five. We need to work on our high fives.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in.